What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream, you guys. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. We're going to have a little bit of a shorter stream today. I'm not going to be live for too long. Probably going to be live till like 4:30, 4:35. My mom's coming by to visit this afternoon, but I did want to still stream before she got here. So we'll be live for a little bit of a shorter stream, 30 to 40 minutes. But we can talk through the slate. It's trade deadline day, so there's some guys on the slate that have been traded that, are now going to be out. So that does impact a decent amount. Kelly Olynyk, Avery Bradley got traded. I don't know if that impacts too much today, but we'll talk about some Miami guys. Tony Bradley did get traded, so I think that's a nice boost for Dwight Howard, who I do have a lot more interest in now. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you being here. It's Nick already with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Nick, for the $4.99 super chat. You didn't leave a message, but I greatly appreciate that, man. I see won $1,000 yesterday. Let's do it again. Hey, that's awesome, Nick. That's awesome, man. Me personally, I had a terrible day yesterday. The James Harden news just really screwed me over. Once he got ruled out, I was scrambling to get some Brooklyn guys in. I liked a lot of the value from Brooklyn. I just felt like with no Harden, no KD, no Kyrie, there were just going to be so much usage to go around. And Brooklyn just they completely gave that game away. They basically just said, we're just going to, play everyone. Who cares? We're going to lose by 30. It doesn't matter. Joe Harris played 4 minutes and then he never checked back in. Jeff Green played 17 minutes in the first half and then he never checked back into the game. God, that was super annoying. Plus the Oladipo news put me on John Wall, and obviously that came back to bite me. Funny how, Oladipo was out last slate. I was on John Wall, and then, we get word he's got a minutes restriction, so I don't play him. He smashes. Well, this slate, we get word the Oladipo's out. I play John Wall, and then he sucks. So, just been super annoying, man. Let's get it. Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, Nate. That's a nice win, man. Nice win. If you were able to profit on last night's slate, you must have had some things go your way, because last night, there was a lot of landmines last night, that's for sure. Lynn seeing a bump with the Wagner trade. I mean, not really, because Wagner's barely been playing. I don't even think he's been in the rotation lately. It's just been, Lopez and Lynn getting the center minutes. I definitely, now that Daniel Tice is traded and he's off the Celtics, especially if Tristan Thompson's out again tomorrow, oh man, Robert Williams, he's going to be an awesome play tomorrow. So torn between Bam or Randall. Well, Jimmy Butler's now questionable, which is some pretty big news. Luckily, that's one of the first games on the night, so we'll know the status of Jimmy Butler before lock. I would say that if Jimmy Butler's out, I'd probably take the savings and play Bam, but I like both guys. I definitely like Randall here. Great matchup for Randall. I'm pretty high on him once again. I liked him a lot last night in this same matchup. Won $111. Let's do it again. Hey, good job, Super Brandon. Good job, man. Luka was a letdown. Yeah, I feel you there, T-Bone. Once we got the news that Harden was out, I mean, Luka was the clear pivot. If you just wanted to replace Harden with someone, it was clear that Luka was the next best option, and Luka just got it. Probably the worst game of his career. I mean, that was a terrible game from Luka. I won't be going to any Orlando Magic games anytime soon. Yeah, I don't know what the Magic did today. They just cleaned house. They let everyone go. Top stud in value. I mean, top stud for me, it's probably Julius Randle. In terms of value, I really like James Wiseman. He's pretty cheap, $4,800. There's a lot of good value at center tonight. You've got James Wiseman, you've got Zubac, you've got Dwight Howard now that, Tony Bradley's been traded. You've got Mitchell Robinson, who I like a lot in this matchup. If he starts, I think he's a good value. It's probably one of those cheap centers between Zubac, Wiseman, Mitchell Robinson. If he starts that, I would consider one of those three guys my favorite values. But definitely, I would say top stud, probably Julius Randle. DJJ, best value today. I mean, yeah, he's another guy worth considering. I think now that Portland did trade Rodney Hood and Gary Trent, so that makes me, I'd say that makes me feel better about Derrick Jones Jr. just because that's two guys out of the rotation. I think with no Gary Trent, that makes me feel better about Derrick Jones Jr. So yeah, Derrick Jones Jr., if you're looking for someone under 4K, he's probably the best option. There's not a ton of good punt value tonight. I would say DJJ, though, is probably the best punt value. I hate John Wall exact scenario for me. Yeah, just obviously, the 2 slates ago, Oladipo gets ruled out. John Wall, it's you love John Wall, you want to play him. He's super, super cheap, and then we get word he's on a minutes restriction, so you don't play him. He goes out there and smashes. And then this slate, Oladipo's out again. You play John Wall. and then they get blown out. He plays like 29 minutes, has a terrible game. I mean, Christian Wood in a good matchup was terrible too last night. Basically, like all the Rockets were. Luka and Giannis, Luka and Giannis last night, both were. I mean, Luka, my God, like I don't know what happened with Luka. I don't know if he was hurt or what, but he shot the ball terribly, just didn't do anything last night. Probably going to be, I would say that's probably going to be like one of the worst games of his career. What's up, No I Cash? Thanks to Justice Winslow at 3,600, 2.98% ownership. He dropped 27.25 fantasy points. Hey, you called it, King Carter. I was shitting on you yesterday for Justice Winslow, but he did good. I still wouldn't have played Justice Winslow on that slate, but it worked out for you. What two centers are your favorite? I like Howard and torn between Kanter and Robinson. Yeah, I think Howard's definitely up there now that Tony Bradley's been traded. I would say Zubac's probably still one of my favorite cheap center options. I mean, like with Serge Ibaka still out, we know we're getting big minutes from Zubac. Last night, he played 32 minutes. He lost minutes because of blowout. Like he would have played 35, 36 minutes. If this game stays close tonight and we get 35, 36 minutes from Zubac, I mean, 5,600 is definitely too cheap for him. So I would say Zubac's probably my favorite of the cheap centers. But like Dwight, I really like. Mitchell Robinson, I really like. I think, James Wiseman's in play as well. Kanter, he's viable too, but I'd be a little bit hesitant on Kanter. I think he might get a little bit more ownership than he should just because he's coming off that monster game. Obviously, not nearly as good of a matchup here against Miami. Super Brandon, $4.99 Super Chat. Hey, I appreciate that, Super Brandon. Since I won last night and you didn't, if you want to donate, you can. You never have to, though, Brandon, but I do appreciate that, man. Last night was just god-awful for me. My DK lineup scored less than 200 points last night. It was terrible. I posted it on Twitter. Just terrible, terrible. What's up? Go hit a smaller winner take all last night. Appreciate all the work you do for us. Feeling some Howard/Simmons tonight. Let's get it. Hey, I like both those guys, T-Money. I like both those guys for sure. Definitely have a lot more interest in Dwight Howard now. Trevor Ariza, we'll have to wait and see who the Heat start. With Kelly Olynyk no longer on the team, they probably are going to start like KZ Okpala, but maybe Ariza starts. If he were to start, he could maybe be, a viable cheap option. I'm pretty sure he's like close to minimum salary. Yeah, he's 3,100. If he starts for Olynyk, he could be a cheap option worth considering. He's been getting decent minutes off the bench, and now there's no Olynyk. That makes me feel a little bit better about Ariza. Never feel good playing Trevor Ariza, but, we kind of don't have a ton of value right now. Bam or Wiseman, those guys are two totally different price points. Like, if you have the salary, just play Bam. Zubac or Wiseman, I'd probably take Zubac, honestly. CJ at 7.2K, what should his price settle in at? I would say, especially now that Gary Trent's no longer on the team, I feel a lot better about CJ. I think the minutes are going to be there for sure. Like, now they have no Gary Trent, no Rodney Hood. Those guys are not, they're going to be out tonight. So I think CJ plays probably 36, 38 minutes again. And it's 7.2K. I know he hasn't really been that productive since he's come back from injury, but that's still way too cheap of a price point for McCollum if he's going to be playing, upwards of 36, 38 minutes. So I like him quite a bit. I feel a lot better about his minutes now that those two guys are out. I have 19 for guard position in Yahoo. Who should I choose? Let's take a look. I'd probably take Derek White there. Be between I would say if Dragic is out, then I'd probably take Kendrick Nunn. If Dragic is out, I'd probably take Nunn for $14. Dragic is still questionable, so that will be something to keep an eye on. And Kendrick Nunn, last game with Dragic out, did play 35 minutes. The game before that, he only played 23 minutes, but in a good matchup against Portland, I'd have some interest in Nunn for sure if Dragic sits. So I'd probably take Dragic there, or I'd probably take Nunn there. Zubac or Howard? I think I'd probably lean Zubac, but that's definitely close. It's a lot closer now, now that Bradley's out. I don't know if they're going to start Howard. It seems like they want to keep Howard off the bench, but now that they have no Bradley and no Embiid, I really don't know who they're going to start at center if it's not Howard. I guess they could play small ball and start Mike Scott or something. I think Howard's going to get 25, 26 minutes at least and could play more than that. Thoughts on THT for value and Burks is a sneaky play. Don't understand why Vogel won't play THT more. Yeah, that's what makes him risky. Plus the price tags come up to $5,600, so I don't have that much interest in THT. Burks though, especially now that Bullock is out, I do have a good amount of interest in Alec Burks. I think he probably starts for Bullock and plays like 30, maybe 30 or more minutes. And Burks has been productive this year when he gets minutes, so I definitely like Alec Burks. Not really on THT, though. KZ's out, I think. I don't think he is. I saw he was in the projected starting lineup. Oh, he is out. He won't play Thursday against Trailblazers. Okay, well, there you go. So I really don't know what they're going to do with him. So if they have... So Jimmy Butler's questionable. Olynyk got traded. Dragic is questionable. Opala's no longer on the team. I guess they could start Iguodala at the 4. It's probably going to be like Iguodala or Ariza is going to start for Miami. One of those two. I mean, I guess Ariza would he'd be a fine value if he starts. I would feel a lot better about those guys like if Jimmy were to sit, though. If Jimmy winds up sitting, that's going to change a lot. Top power forward besides Randall, probably my next favorite power forward would be probably like Kyle Kuzma. I mean, I think Kyle Kuzma is definitely my favorite Laker tonight, so I'd probably take Kuzma. Is Rudy Gay a good play? I don't have much interest in Rudy Gay. Pretty sure he was questionable. I think he's available to play, though. I think I saw that he was available to play. Yeah, he's available to play. He's 4,100. I don't have that much interest in Rudy Gay, to be honest with you. Heard Luka was partying with the Swedish spaghetti team. Killed me. He was doing something. Something happened. I don't know what it was, but he did something wrong last night. Maybe he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I don't know. He had a god-awful game, though. How do you feel about Fox, Halliburton, Simmons, Randall, Wiseman, Caruso, DJJ, and Batum? I mean, I'm not really on Caruso or Batum, but the rest looks solid. Maybe you could downgrade somewhere else and then upgrade those two spots. But I'm fine with DJJ as a cheap option. Not really on Caruso or Batum, though. Top 3 stud plays. I mean, it's probably like Randall at the top. If Jimmy sits, I'm going to love Bam Adebayo. Really like De'Aaron Fox. It's probably like those 3 guys. Ben Simmons you could throw in there as well. Thoughts on Hero? I would say that if Dragic is out, then I'm totally fine going to Hero. I'm probably not going to go to any of the Miami guards if Dragic plays and if Butler plays. But, like, if by some chance we get a scenario where Butler and Dragic are both out, then, yeah, Hero, Nunn, Bam, I'm going to like all those guys a lot. Hero, though, probably dependent on the status of Dragic, at least. Dragic and or Butler. If one of those two are out, then I think Hero's definitely viable. Pick 2, Zubac, Mitchell Robinson, Howard. I'd probably take Zubac and Howard, I think. I like all 3 guys, though. It's tough. This is definitely a slate where I feel like I'm going to be playing 2 centers most likely because there's so many like viable centers that I like. Between those 3, though, I think I'd take Zubac and Howard. I think Mitchell Robinson's probably going to be the lowest owned of the 3, though, so maybe if you're playing a tournament, you could go with like Mitchell Robinson. Especially if he comes off the bench. I don't think many people are going to play Mitchell Robinson if he's not starting. How do you think the Harrell versus Howard matchup plays out? I mean, Howard should be able to, dominate on the boards. I mean, Howard's been really good, like, on the boards this year. I'm pretty sure he's had, like, 4 straight games with, like, double-digit rebounds. And, Harrell's a little bit undersized compared to Dwight Howard, so... Yeah, he's had 5 straight games with at least double-digit rebounds. I mean, feels like this could definitely be a game where we get a double-double from Dwight Howard. I don't know if, like, I wouldn't be avoided. Like, I don't think it's a bad matchup for either one. I mean, I like both guys, but yeah, Howard I have a lot of interest in now just because I think he's going to play more minutes with Tony Bradley traded. Any trades that will affect tonight's slate? Yeah, we've already mentioned it, Movie Hood. So Kelly Olynyk and Avery Bradley got traded, so they'll be out for Miami. Gary Trent and Rodney Hood got traded, so they'll be out for Portland. Tony Bradley got traded, so he'll be out for the Sixers, which are kind of the impactful ones. Some guys from the Kings got traded as well. I don't think it's really going to impact too much, though. Like Corey Joseph, Bielitsa got traded. But I would say the big one, like Tony Bradley, not being out there, I think frees up more minutes for Dwight Howard. With Kelly Olynyk out, we're going to have to wait and see who starts for Miami because they don't have really like KZ Opala I thought was going to start, but he's out as well. So it's probably going to be like Trevor Ariza or Iguodala maybe starts for Miami. They could be a potential value play. I would say the big one, though, is like Tony Bradley. That does, make me feel a lot better about Dwight Howard's minutes with him out. Doc may go with Scott today at center. Your thoughts? Yeah, I think it's very possible that Dwight Howard still does not start just because Doc has said that he wants to keep Dwight off the bench. So there's a good chance Mike Scott starts at center or they play like small ball with Ben Simmons at center. They've done that before. Or Tobias at center. But regardless, I think Dwight's going to get 25, 26 minutes at least. He'll probably get like 30-plus minutes if he starts, though. What's up, Noah? How are you doing? Let's get that money tonight. Hey, let's get it, Patrick. I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Appreciate you being here. Terrence Mann. I don't see much interest in Terrence Mann. Like, I think he's been benefiting lately with the blowouts. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Clippers have been involved in 2 straight blowouts. The Atlanta game, that one actually stayed close. He played 29 minutes. Last night he played 24. I mean, his minutes are kind of trending up, but, like, I just don't have that much interest in Terrence Mann. I think you're just kind of guessing. Like, it's no guarantee that he plays 22, 24 minutes. Probably not someone I'm really considering. Alex Lynn worth a shot with Wagner traded. We talked about this earlier, Martin. Wagner really hasn't even been in the rotation. Like, I don't think Wagner's played in like their last 3 or 4 games. So last game he played was a 20-30. He did actually play 23 minutes against the Knicks. That was his first game since the Sixers game. So he was out of the rotation for about a week, and then he did play 23 minutes last game against the Knicks. How much did Robin Lopez play? Let me check this. So Robin Lopez played 7 minutes. I mean, I feel like they're just going to split the center minutes between Lopez and Lynn. I'd say Lynn, I'm a little bit more viable in Lynn, Lynn's a little bit more viable, but you're still just guessing with his minutes, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like Alex Lynn could be the only center on the team, and he'd still somehow only play like 12 minutes. If you want to take a shot on him, you can, but I think there's, like, these guys we talked about, Wiseman, Zubac, Howard, Mitchell Robinson, like, I think those are the centers I'm looking to tonight. Well, yeah, no Lou Williams. I forgot about that as well. So Lou Williams did get traded to the Hawks, so he's going to be out for the Clippers. Maybe that gives a few more minutes to Terrence Mann, but they still got Reggie Jackson they can give minutes to. I think Patrick Beverly's still out, but Reggie Jackson they can give minutes to. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like those are just those type of plays I don't really like going to. Like, I feel like it never works out when I try and play a guy like Terrence Mann, hope he gets more minutes, and he never does. How many minutes has Lube been playing recently? Let me check this. So Lube really hasn't been playing that much. He played 17 minutes against Spurs, 9 against Atlanta. I guess Terrence Mann is viable, but like I probably still won't be playing him personally. Me personally, I don't hate it though. I don't hate it, but I probably would not be playing him. Marcus Morris, good value. Yeah, I do like Marcus Morris. He's going to continue to start, play around 30 minutes. He's been really good on a point per minute basis. It's just the blowouts have kind of killed him lately. He got basically all the Clippers starters got their minutes limited last night because of the blowout. Morris played 26. He was on pace to play, around 30, had the game stay close. Shot the ball really well. He's been shooting the ball really well recently, but for 4,800, if we're going to get 30 minutes from, Marcus Morris, I'm totally fine going to him as a cheap forward option. I feel confident in his minutes, whereas Terrence Mann, I wouldn't say I'm as confident. Feel like people are sleeping on Fox and both Portland guards tonight. Good luck tonight, Noah. I don't say people are definitely not sleeping on Fox. I think Fox is going to be pretty popular. Both Portland guards, though, I don't think Dame's going to be that popular. CJ will get a little bit of ownership, I'd assume. But yeah, Dame should be low owned. I mean, I don't have that much interest in Dame personally, but I do really like Fox, and I definitely like CJ, now that Gary Trent and Rodney Hood have been traded. Poole, Oubre, Fox, and Halliburton with Robinson. I mean, that looks pretty solid in my opinion. Is Nunn automatic if Butler sits? I mean, yeah, I definitely have interest in Kendrick Nunn. Basically all those guards, Nunn, Hero, Dragic, if he plays, all those guys get a nice bump if Butler's out. Any interest in Draymond Green? At his price point, there's not much interest for me. Like, I think I'd rather play Jordan Poole and Oubre for cheaper. I feel better about those guys. I think those guys could, outscore Draymond, and they're $1,500 cheaper. Not a ton of interest in Draymond. I think he's just more of a tournament play tonight. Definitely not someone I'd be considering like in cash games or anything. Bam, George, or Harris. If Jimmy's out, I would take Bam there. Did Lowry not get traded? No. Lowry did not get traded. Lonzo did not get traded. But Oladipo, he went to the Heat on, that was kind of like a last minute thing. Drummond still don't know where Drummond's going though. He did get a buyout, but there's talks he could maybe go to the Lakers. I don't know how I'd feel about that. $20 in Yahoo for guards. What do you think? $20 for a guard. I mean, I'd probably take Halliburton for sure there. Halliburton would be my first choice. If Jimmy were to sit, then you could definitely play Tyler Hero too, but I'd say Halliburton's my first choice there. Rocco, Keldon Johnson, or THT. Between those three, I'd probably take Rocco. Adebayo or Fox for util. I prefer Fox, but it would definitely be a lot closer if if Jimmy gets ruled out. Like if Jimmy gets ruled out, then it'd be close between him and Fox. But I think I'd still take Fox. Would you project Julius Randle for tonight? I mean, I don't do projections or anything. I mean, you would think in this matchup, as long as the game stays close, you're going to get 40 minutes from Julius Randle. He probably projects for like 52, 53 DK points. I feel like if you look at any projection site, that's what they're going to have Randle projected for. I mean, I would say above like Lillard, Randle, Westbrook. Of those three, Randle's my favorite. Poole, Halliburton, Kuzma, Oubre, Mitchell Robinson, Schroeder, Holmes, Zubac. That looks pretty solid. Need Drummond in Boston. Yeah, people have been speculating that he could maybe go there, but I don't think that's going to happen personally. Who do I build around tonight, in your opinion? I mean, it's always too early to tell like who you're going to be building around. At 4:30 in the afternoon. But I would say that if the slate started right now, I'd really like De'Aaron Fox and Halliburton. I think both those guys are definitely a little bit underpriced. I like Dwight Howard a lot more with Bradley traded. I like Zubac a lot. Definitely a two-center night for me. Of those four centers we talked about, Zubac, Howard, Mitch Robinson, James Wiseman, I'm definitely probably playing two of those four guys in my DK lineup. And obviously on Yahoo, I'll have two centers as well. Wiseman, if you play on Yahoo, Wiseman's minimum salary over there. I really like Wiseman on Yahoo. Thanks, Noah. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck to you as well, Hunter. Good luck to you as well, my man. Orlando Magic made Vooch, Gordon, Fournier, and Aminu disappear. Yeah, I can't believe they traded. They literally just unloaded the team. Like, basically all their best players they just trade away. I saw a tweet, though, that they want to try and build around Isaac and Fultz. I don't know if we'll see how that goes for them. But, yeah, this Magic team, it's probably going to be a couple years for they're actually, even in playoff contention. Lemon Pepper Lou back in Atlanta. Very true, very true. I'm glad Lonzo's staying. He's just now getting good, and Pelicans are young. The Pelicans are such a young and exciting team. Like, I feel like they should be a lot better than they actually are. Like, you got Zion, Ingram, Lonzo, Eric Bledsoe's, he's all right. But, like, they definitely got a lot of young talent. I think they're just missing, like, one more superstar. If the Pelicans were to get, like, one more superstar, like a really good, maybe like a Bradley Beal, oh, man. Like, if you got Lonzo, Bradley Beal, Ingram, Zion, that'd be a good team. I think that's what they're missing, but they are definitely exciting for sure. I hope they make the playoffs this year. I think they're in pretty good shape too, but I don't know, honestly. Who primarily guards Tobias for Lakers seems like a mismatch. I mean, it's probably going to be like Kuzma on him. I don't really look at, individual matchups like that, but, I mean, yeah, Tobias, with Embiid being out, I mean, Tobias is a good play no matter what the matchup is, him and Ben Simmons. Did you enjoy your birthday? I did, Barzell, I did. Well, last Saturday we were supposed to do a bunch of stuff for my birthday, and I woke up Saturday morning, I was super sick. I was, like, dizzy and stuff. So we didn't go last Saturday, but we're going this Saturday. Gonna go eat out. I think we're gonna go play Topgolf. Gonna have a lot of fun this Saturday. Hopefully I'm not sick again like I was last weekend. I woke up last weekend, Saturday morning. I was just super sick. I don't know why. Fox, Halliburton, Derek Jones Jr., Kelly Oubre, Montrezl Harrell, CJ McCollum, Iguodala, Paul George. I mean, that's pretty solid. If Iguodala starts, he's fine to play. He's super cheap, so I wouldn't mind him. But that's solid, Bubba, for now. Any Wiggins love? Great matchup, low ownership. I know he screwed me last slate. Yeah, I have some interest in Wiggins. I think I'd rather play like Oubre and Jordan Poole for cheaper. But Wiggins is definitely viable. I think, with him disappointing last slate, that's going to make him, a lot lower owned tonight than he probably should be in this matchup against Sacramento. I mean, I think the Golden State-Sacramento is clearly, like, my favorite game tonight. Pretty sure my dummy lineup has, like, 5 guys from that game. Do you play on FanDuel? I have a FanDuel account. I don't play there too often, but I do have an account. Lonnie Walker is out. Does that make Patty Mills a good value option at point guard on Yahoo? I don't think that really impacts Patty Mills too much. Like, Lonnie Walker was out last night. I don't know what Patty Mills did. I don't think he really did that much. He played 23 minutes, had 21 fantasy points. I mean, Patty Mills is probably going to play like 24 minutes, probably score like 22 fantasy points. I mean, at minimum salary, I guess you could go there, but I don't think it's really necessary. I feel I feel like you're probably just getting a little too cute, honestly. There's just Yahoo's always a site that, there's better value. I'd rather play James Wiseman at minimum salary over Patty Mills. Who benefits the most with Corey Joseph and Bjelica gone? I don't think that impacts too much on this slate. I would say with Corey Joseph out, the Kings are already a team that runs a pretty tight rotation. I need to look at their rotation from last night. I'm pretty sure they normally only play like 8 guys a night. So let me check. So last night they played, they're 5 starters, and then let's see. Hold up. If I can get this shit pulled up. I could probably pull it up on the game log. Let's see. So yeah, like last night, Corey Joseph played 21 minutes. I don't think Bjelica's really been in the rotation much recently, or I don't think he's really been playing much. Yeah, he didn't even play last night. I don't think it really affects too much. If anything, you should expect big minutes for Halliburton. You should expect big minutes for Fox. I don't think there's really any value though that I'd be going to on the Kings. Bam or Leonard? If Jimmy gets ruled out, I prefer Bam. Since Hero is shooting 20% lately, can we trade out for Quickly? I probably would rather have Hero, honestly, over Quickly. Quickly, last game, he only played 12 minutes. He didn't play much at all. Elfrid Payton is back, so I don't think Quickly's really going to be a guy that gets a ton of minutes. I definitely feel better about Hero over Quickly at this point. Hope you enjoy your birthday. Thanks for always the fantastic videos every day. Enjoy and always... Or enjoy and love always. Oh, I didn't win. Hey, I appreciate that, Maria. Thank you. What's for dinner tonight? Honestly, I don't know yet. Mom's coming over, so we might go out to eat, me and her. I don't know yet, though. Good luck tonight, Noah. Thanks for all the content. Sure thing, Jacob. Sure thing, man. Like I said, guys, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. I got to wrap things up here real quickly. Probably end the stream within the next 5 minutes, but I do appreciate you guys tuning in, even on this even though we had to go live for a little bit shorter today. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. How you feel about Holmes going up against Wiseman? I think it's a really good matchup for Holmes. I think he's a tournament play only. I don't know if he's really someone I'd be playing in cash or anything. But we've seen Holmes go out there and just, put up 50 DK points any night. He can do it any night. So the foul trouble is always a concern with Richaun Holmes. It seems like any time I play Richaun Holmes, he gets in foul trouble. But as long as he can stay out of foul trouble, he's going to get big minutes without Bagley. So, in a good matchup against Golden State, yeah, Holmes is definitely viable for sure. Simmons or Tobias Harris? I prefer Simmons. Simmons can contribute more with peripherals. He gives you that triple-double upside. Harris has been better lately, but I think I'd rather have Simmons. Good luck tonight, y'all. Good luck to you as well, T-Money. Good luck, man. It benefits Kyle Guy with him gone. I guess, but yeah, good luck predicting how many minutes Kyle Guy plays tonight, if any. Kuzma and Mann or Hield and Derrick Jones Jr.? I'd probably take Hield and Derrick Jones Jr. there. Who is the best Miami player to stack if Butler is out with Bam in? If Butler gets ruled out, then I'm looking to Bam first, and then the 3 guards, Dragic, Hero, Nunn. I would say that Nunn's probably my favorite because he's the cheapest of the 3. But all three of their guards would get a nice boost if Butler sits. But I think Bam would be the priority. Bam's already a little bit too cheap, and if Butler were to sit, that would just make me like Bam even more. Simmons or Leonard? I think I'd rather take the savings and play Ben Simmons. Hit the like button on your way out. Let's get this bread. Thanks, brother. Again, good luck. Hey, good luck to you as well, Jason. Good luck, my man. Thanks for tuning in. Thoughts on Draymond Green? We talked about Draymond earlier. His price point, I think he's going to be super low owned at his price point. So, anytime Draymond's going to be low owned, he's appealing for tournaments, but I feel better about Kelly Oubre for cheaper. I feel better about Jordan Poole for cheaper. I think those guys could potentially even outscore Draymond, and they're, $1,500 less. Rather have those guys, but yeah, Draymond's viable for sure. I think all the starters for Golden State are in play. Basically, all 5 of their starters are viable. Simmons, Oubre, or Bam and Kuzma? If Jimmy gets ruled out, I'd take Bam and Kuzma. Oubre or Wiggins? I prefer Oubre, I think. Hello, greetings from Turkey. Hey, appreciate you watching all the way from Turkey. That's awesome. We got a couple guys watching from Turkey. Simmons or Fox? Give me De'Aaron Fox, but that's a close one. McCollum or Dejounte Murray? I'd take McCollum between those two. Like I said earlier, I think McCollum gets big minutes again. Without Rodney Hood, without Gary Trent, they're going to play McCollum 36, 38 minutes. Ariza time? Yeah, Ariza might start tonight. We'll have to see. No Kelly Olynyk, no KZ Okpala. There's a good chance they start Ariza. He'd be viable. He's 3,100. I'd definitely be interested in him if he does start, just because he's so cheap. But all right, guys, I got to wrap up the stream here. My mom's going to be showing up any minute now to my apartment. We're going to probably go out to eat, do some stuff. She wanted to come by and visit. But as always, man, I appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. Appreciate all the support, the super chats, all my members. Thank you guys so much as always. Good luck tonight, guys. If I don't take down the tournament, I hope one of you guys do. All right, fellas. Good luck. Good luck.